Oh, I hope you did not go to sleep before the game was over because you missed a classic. Down 3-1 after two periods to the Edmonton Oilers. Lead looked insurmountable. The Rangers come back and win 4-3 in overtime. A thrilling third period with a lot of changes, lines, great makeup on the PK. A phenomenal win. Credit to Mike Sullivan for changing things up. Credit to the players for not giving up. We're going to relive the whole thing. This is Rangers Daily. My name is Todd Werwa. I am your host. You can catch us here on YouTube Monday through Friday. Please subscribe, ring the bell so you know when we post new episodes. Also, give me that thumbs up. I appreciate those. Leave your comments, leave your questions. I appreciate all of it. I read all of them. I look forward to seeing what you guys have to say. So please get involved. It's not just my show, it's our show. And I love when we can discuss some Rangers hockey. And this one was a good one. Oh, by the way, happy Halloween to everybody. Be safe out there. Give out good candy. Don't give out like the good and plenties or stuff like that, or box of raisins or bag of pennies. Give kids like full bars of candy. They deserve it. It's not easy being a kid nowadays with social media and all the stuff going on. So anyway, happy Halloween. I hope you're dressing as something fun. If you want to dress as a Ranger, no one will laugh at you after last night's game because the Rangers come back from down 3-1. It was a weird second period. The goals. First of all, Rangers got off to a great start. Johnny Brodzinski scored, gave them a 1-0 lead. But within about a minute and a half later, Darnell Nurse scores to tie it at 1. They get to the second, and it's just sort of this weird period. Rangers are killing off a power play. There's a play out in front of the net. Will Borgen goes down. Time is running out on the power play. Adam Henrique reaches like sort of around Borgen and over him, reaches, puts it into the crease. It gets redirected by Matthew Savoy into the net right as the power play is expiring. A puck off the skate in this little pile up in front of the net. Savoy was all alone on the back post, but it wasn't quite a kick, wasn't quite a distinct kicking motion, but it was a definite redirect with the skate in the blue paint. Just weird. And then shortly after that, Darnell Nurse has the puck kind of along the goal line, shoots one into Shesty's side. It's really weird. He's sort of half over the line. He slides into the middle of the goal mouth. They blow the whistle, go to commercial. During commercial, they take a look back at the replay. Turns out the puck sort of dropped from maybe in between his arm and his side, and it drops on the top of his pad. And as he's sort of sliding through that goal mouth, the pad is over the goal line, and you just see the puck out of nowhere. Dave Maloney called it the magic reappearing, disappearing, reappearing puck. It just dropped down on top of the side of his pad and was clearly over the line. And so out of nowhere, after a Shesty save, the ref says, we looked at the play on review and we've got a goal. Okay, it's 3-1. It's just these two weird goals back to back. And next thing you know, Rangers they've got a hill to climb. They're playing against one of the best offenses in the league with McDavid and Draisaitl, etc. And their power play, the Rangers' power play wasn't looking good after the second. I wrote down in my notes, down 3-1 after two, it's insurmountable. They found the scoring touch. It's their second multi-goal comeback of the year. You remember the one against Montreal, which Alexis Lafreniere dubbed massive. You'll see why I bring that up in a minute. They only had one last season, one multi-goal comeback last season, and it was the second to last day of the year. So, while not good to fall down, it's good that this group is showing heart and not giving up the spirit just when they get down. JT Miller wins it in OT at 2:49 with a beautiful drive in, just headed right toward the right toward Stuart Skinner, right toward the dirty area, toward the paint. Leon Draisaitl decided, nah, I'm going to get a little faked out. I'm not really going to play defense. Let Miller go right by him. Miller came in on the backhand, and I thought he was going to pass it because he's not feeling it right now. He kind of had Lafreniere coming up behind the play on the left. He's coming down the right. Instead, he goes to the forehand and beats Skinner, low blocker. Rangers win. Rangers win. And a great night capped off by a fantastic play. Let's talk about that third period for a little bit. Run you through some of the specifics. And Mike Sullivan changed up the lines. He said, I felt the team needed a little bit of spark. The guys were down a little bit after not being good on the power play in the second. And part of the credit goes to how well Noah Laba played. He was, other than a penalty trying to defend McDavid, which was a tough call. He was holding him, but he was getting hit. When you're only a few games into your career against a multiple MVP, you're not getting that call. But he was fantastic, using his speed, using his strength. And what it did was it allowed, as Mike Sullivan said, to put our three studs up on the top line. So it was Panarin, JT Miller, and Mika Zibanejad. Again, might we have seen that a lot had Vinny Trocheck not gotten hurt. But anyway, put those three guys on top, had Laba as the second center with Lafreniere and Cooley, then Radish, Parsonen, and Sheary on the third line. They kind of shortened the bench a bit. You didn't really see the Carrick Edstrom line much in the third period. So they really had those three lines going, and everybody came through. The depth scoring really came through. What's his name? Mike Sullivan joked. He said, yeah, I reconfigured the lines to put the three studs on the top line, and then the other two lines, the depth guys wind up scoring. But let me walk you through this third period. The Rangers, Adam Fox makes a sliding play, I believe on Darnell Nurse. He gets hit above the ear with the puck. He's bleeding out of the ear, goes immediately right down to the dressing room. But because he slid and took out the legs, he gets called for a tripping call. So they had to kill off a power play right at the beginning of the period. But they actually had two 2-on-1s during that shorthanded time. Couldn't get a shot off. Cooley and Mika nearly got one, but they kept passing instead of shooting. And then Radish and Miller, it hit a stick that was down on the ground. So they had two 2-on-1 shorthanded and couldn't get a goal. And as I said, it was possible because of how well Laba played. But over the first 5 minutes, you could just tell the Rangers came out on the front foot. They came out with a little bit of a charge. And then to make it 3-2, Will Cooley makes a great rush through the neutral zone, drives down into the dirty areas, gets his shot off in front of Skinner. Skinner makes the save, but coming right behind him is Braden Schneider, and Schneider tucks it in to make it 3-2. So good job getting to the net, getting to the low slot, getting to the paint, makes it 3-2. And it was that feeling, oh, we got one. They got one. Might this start something because they've had the advantage here. They're looking, I don't want to say they're looking focused. Let's not say desperate. They're looking focused. They're looking mentally tough, as Joe Sacco apparently told them after the second period. Stay mentally tough. They're looking that way as they come out for the third period. They make it 3-2. Shesty then makes a fantastic save on Leon Draisaitl. Gavrikov tried to get shots through twice. They both got blocked, and it sent the Oilers the other way. And Shesty made a fantastic dive, makes the stop, keeps it at 3-2. Then Sheary wins the puck at the blue line, and he makes like a little bump pass to Taylor Radish, and Radish just keeps headed toward the net, fires, beats Stuart Skinner. It's amazing when you can get to the low slot and put a shot on net, how often it makes good things happen. And tonight, those pucks went in. And those two shots are emblematic of just getting to the high danger areas, getting into spots that make it difficult to defend, make it difficult on the goaltender, and put pressure on a defense. And whether you hit the net, whether, hopefully you don't miss, whether the goalie makes a save, whatever it is, it puts the puck, out in play for a rebound, for a bounce. Like I said, in the second period, the Oilers got the bounces, but this time Radish puts it home and ties it at 3. Whew. Then at 3-3, Shesty made a great stop on Roslovic. He had his leg outstretched, pulled it in so there was a little bit of space, then pushed it back out and gave Roslovic nowhere to shoot and held it at 3-3. As we're coming down to the final seconds of regulation, there's 40.9 left. Mika takes, I don't want to call it a dumb penalty, but it was a bad penalty. The puck was going toward the boards. Roslovic is coming sort of through the middle into the zone, and Mika's with him, and he lifts his stick and winds up hitting him in the face and gets called for high sticking with 40.9 left. And you're thinking, oh no. You're giving McDavid and Draisaitl a chance here with 40 seconds left in regulation to win the game. But they killed it off. Carrick did a great job bodying up and blocking effort from McDavid and cleared the zone. And they got themselves the point. Okay, that's good. But there's still 1:20 left to kill on the penalty in overtime that'll be played at 4-on-3. So there's even more space for McDavid and Draisaitl to operate. But there was one chance. McDavid was all alone. Borgen had a block. Shesty had a save. And there was one spot where Panarin, after they finally got possession, Panarin sort of makes a hope pass with no direction. Podkolzin comes back and gets a shot on it. It comes out. Rangers get possession. Miller takes the puck through the overtime. And like I said, comes in on the backhand, winds up going forehand and scores. He said he didn't really have the confidence to. He's like, I was just trying to get to the net. I don't have the confidence right now. But he got it done. And a huge win. Huge win for the Rangers. I'll give you JT Miller's thoughts. He said, we need the confidence. I think we liked at least 2 periods today of our game on the road, playing a really good team at home. We needed that to build some confidence, see some pucks go in. Hopefully that can propel us to keep this thing going a little bit more into this road trip. We have a good chance to finish it off the right way. In the third period, Rangers out-attempted the Oilers 22-12. They were down 3-1, so some of that is score-related, but still, like I said, it validates. They came out and dominated that third period. They led in high-danger chances 4-1, and they actually led for the game 16-10 in high-danger chances for the game. So they get the win. JT Miller scoring is tremendous. Maybe that gives him a little confidence, gets him going. Got to give all the credit in the world to Mike Sullivan for changing up the lines, for putting his top guys together. The penalty kill did a great job in keeping them in the game in the start of the third period and the end of the third period and overtime. And lastly, Igor Shesterkin was great in the third period and overtime. He stopped 12 shots in the third and overtime. He saved 33 overall. Like I said, it wasn't his best effort in the beginning. The Darnell Nurse first goal, 5 Rangers got stuck themselves on basically Shesterkin's right side. Puck came over to Shesterkin's left, and Nurse was just all alone, inside the circle. Shesty couldn't quite come over right. It went by him. He gave one of those, I knew what I did. And I didn't get over properly. As the game wore on in the third and OT, there were chances where it could have been 4-1 on that power play very early in the third. It easily could have been 4-3 when it was tied. And on the power play at the end of the third and in overtime, again, Shesty comes up big. So he should get some of the credit as well. But a fantastic Rangers win. They're now off to Seattle for the final game of the road trip. So they play Seattle on Thursday. I believe it's a 10 p.m. puck drop Eastern time. And let's see. After starting it off so poorly in Calgary, beat Vancouver, beat Edmonton. If they can beat Seattle and take 3 of 4, maybe score a couple of goals, build some momentum. Braden Schneider called this one massive. Has that similar parallel to what Lafreniere said about the game against Montreal. Let's see if this time they can build on it. Because remember, after that Montreal game, they had crummy games against Minnesota and San Jose and then the Calgary game. So let's see if they can build on this one. But they've won 2 in a row. This one, another exciting one. I hope you caught the whole game, or I hope you enjoyed my recap. Hope you're enjoying Rangers Daily. Again, I'm your host, Todd Werwa. Until Saturday night's game against Seattle, please connect with me at Todd Werwa Media on X and Instagram, or leave a comment right here on YouTube. I enjoy reading them, especially getting a chance to talk about this game. It's a pleasure. Down 3-1, come back to win 4-3 in OT with a goal scored by the captain, JT Miller, to win it all, the OT GWG. That's it for Rangers Daily. Thanks for watching.